Doing what I did before. A few bunks in town, don't know the score. See me, I run the show. Don't get in my way, or you'll have to go. I'm back, Charles Endell Esquire is definitely back. Definitely. Titty bum bum, a titty bum bum, a titty bumbaroni, a titty bum bum, a diddle-idle noble, a diddle-idle. Don't get in my way, or you'll have to go. I'm back, clickety-click, Charles Endell Esquire. Don't take me.
Thinks it's Ivor Novello. I'm telling you to scrap.
Lucky for you, you're not all mouth and no fingers.
Hey, you're the caretaker.
No, and I'd like to know how the hell you lot got in here.
What's it to you?
I live upstairs, that's what.
I was on the way back to your pad, Dad.
For the beauty sleep.
I was trying to sleep before you lot broke in, assaulting the Sabbath with the sound of Satan.
That's another outfit.
Don't play joker with me, sonny, I warn you.
We never broke in.
No? Well, before I call the police, just who are you?
Blunt instrument.
I didn't mean your music.
That is our name. We're a new group. Shona Duncan, Rory Douglas, Stuart Angus, Davy Beck, and I'm Charles Endell Alexander.
Who?
Endell, with 2 L's.
Is that a fact? Well, if you lot think you can come squatting here, you're mistaken.
Oh, hey, come on, you've got it all wrong. We're official.
Aye, and we'd like to get on with our session.
What do you mean official?
If you're staying upstairs, Miss Dixon should have mentioned it.
Dixie?
Shacking up, where are you?
I am a paying guest of Miss Phyllis Dixon's.
So are we. She offered to let us have our studio on Sunday mornings to practice. We've been using the local youth club, but the committee banned punk rock after a fight there last week.
Listen, yes. Anyway, we're no strictly punk, man.
Nor Mantovani either.
More ethnically orientated.
Aye, that's right. We thought of calling ourselves Force 10 Gale.
That's spelt G-A.
Yes, well, whatever you choose to call yourselves, your sort of music's a downright disgrace, both sartorially and musically.
Aye, well, they say the same thing about the Bay City Rollers. They're in the States now, eh?
Just as well. Because your kind of noise it should carry a government health warning.
We've got to rehearse. Got our first really big gig this lunchtime.
Well, if it wasn't Sunday, I'd report you to the sanitary. As it is, I've a good mind to turn off the electricity.
That's up to Miss Dixon.
She's out for the day.
Then you can't stop us playing, Dad.
Just have to stop up your ears, won't you?
Hello? One white car hire at your service.
Don't be daft, Hamish, it's me.
Hmm?
You're eating, aren't you? Bacon roll, wasn't it?
No. Any news?
Yes, and I'm sitting outside a church, and I'm tired, cold, damp, and hungry, and I feel god-awful, as they say in Kelvin's side. And I know God would sympathise with me for him to sit here and listen to a bunch of falsetto fools singing for their salvation.
Mrs. Telfer in there?
Yes, her and her son William.
Still in mourning?
As black as you are, dearie. Listen, this is a waste of time. Tell Charlie Endell to chase his own ghost.
Archibald Telfer, notary at law, commissioner for oaths, may not be a ghost. He may not have burnt to death in his Mercedes.
Listen, dearie, I'll give you a few odds if you don't take over this shift. Ghost or no ghost, Mr. Telfer is not going to attend his own church on a Sunday morning.
Charlie thinks he may reappear somewhere.
Listen, Hamish, do you want me to catch my death?
Look, stay around for a while, eh? I've got to take Charlie to prison.
The old bar ale. It gives me the screaming abdabs. This better just be a flying visit.
Father Hamish will be really chuffed to meet somebody with your reputation. Well, a visitor from the Vatican.
Oh, come on. Your father isn't really a priest, is he?
No. He just used to use the disguise sometimes for nicking church collections. He got stuck once and had to take a mass.
You sure it'll get by?
No bother. I often slip my old man a dram in this way.
Cute, eh?
On your feet, McIntyre, your visitor.
It's a gift for father.
My dear old friend. Are you not a sight for sore eyes, Harry?
Charlie. There's a wee present for you just coming there, father.
Oh. Holy Mary, Mother of Jesus. Is that not the most wonderful thing to bring to a man in enclosed orders? The last one I had was broken. Hamish must have told you how empty I felt without it. You know, the very sight of Our Lady refreshes my spirit.
Hear me, father, for I have sinned. Cut your cackle. Your son must have told you that I want to know about a certain individual called Sammy Bowie. Been in here a lot.
That's right. I shared the same cell with him twice, a somewhat flawed character.
Flawed is the fiddler he worked for. Name of Telfer.
Telfer, not a member of the Berlin congregation that I can remember.
A shyster lawyer who was handling a sum of money of mine. A large sum.
Don't tell me misappropriation of clients' funds. Solicitors are bound in here. Who do you trust these days?
Well, Telfer's supposed to be dead. Kindled himself in his car. But I'm betting that it was Bowie who was a roasted chestnut. He's disappeared.
So you want to know if Sammy's dead to prove that Telfer isn't?
Right. Now, where could I find Bowie if he's still alive?
He didn't leave any address, a rootless character. Oh, God rest his soul if he did fry.
Well, think. Mother, father, brother, sister.
Yes, a twin brother. An ex-boxer like Sammy.
Where?
He works as a bouncer in a hotel club. One of those places with live music.
Which one?
Oh, I remember. The Record. Young Hamish would know.
Oh, the Record. Bless you, father.
And you too, Harry, my son. And your penance. 10 half-hours and 10 Hail Marys in the long act of contrition.
Mr. Endell.
Hello, Kate. What an unexpected pleasure.
Miss Moncrief, please, especially in here. Well, this is the last place I'd have thought of seeing you.
Just visiting a lonely old friend.
Really? That's very noble of you. Being prepared to step inside a prison again.
Well, any comfort and guidance I can give to others less fortunate. After all, it is Sunday. Is that your Benbecula blast-offs?
That's right.
And keep the change. Will, be the best you've ever seen, be the worst you'll ever see.
I'm surprised you suggested a drink in a place like the Record.
So am I.
Or is this another of your old Glasgow haunts that isn't what it used to be?
You know, you two really surprise me in your widely differing ways. I mean, this is a Sunday, right? This is a hostelry, right? These are customers, right? Now, amalgamating these three rhetorical questions into one pithy concept, what do your brain cells tell you?
We're drinking.
Hole in one. But under what conditions? I mean, is there a lemonade bottle on the table? I mean, is there graffiti in the loos? I mean, what class of service entertains us? And do we get full measure in our little glasses of the whatnot that we've ordered? All these are questions most pertinent and on the nail.
To whom? What are you getting at? Pertinent to whom?
To a correspondent, man.
A correspondent?
Yes, I am the recently appointed pub correspondent to the Repairman. Yes, the Journal of the West of Scotland Motor Carriage Repairmen's Amalgamated Friendly Society. The Wasm Crafts.
Thanks for the message. And thanks for taking over the shift.
I told you. There's somewhere to go. This is Janet.
Cake one crease.
Hey.
I'll have another one to help me thaw out.
Well, Gypsy Rose McGraunchy, what giveth in the West End?
Mrs. Telfer and her son William came straight back from church. Nobody arrived for lunch, which they're now presumably tucking into. You need a round-the-clock detective for this job. I'm through. What are you doing in a joint like this?
I like a bit of live entertainment. Besides, there's somebody I must talk to. Be back in a jiff. A pal of mine in the Barlinnie Hilton told me you might be able to tell me where your twin brother Sammy is.
What for?
I might have a job for him.
I'm no one of the local clan. I've not seen you before.
I emigrated. Friend of King Kenny's. He and I are clansmen with mutual interests. Ring him.
What's your line then?
The answer's a lemon. Suck it and see. But you know better than to ask that.
Sammy's not about at the moment.
Any idea where he is?
Haven't seen him for a while. Usually drops in for a drink and a chat, you know, flesh and blood.
Oh, you're both in that business. Could he have gone to ground?
Maybe.
I didn't ask why, only where. Since I can get in touch, like I said, it could be worthwhile. For him and for you. Fruit. And salad.
What do you mean you can't start playing? I've been running tapes waiting for you. I give you a Sunday spot and you arrive late.
Sorry, Mr. Porteous, we can't do the gig.
My customers are through with their scampi and chip lunches. Fidgeting on their second and third bottle of Matter's Rosy. They've been promised a live group. And you're telling me the blunt instrument can't go on?
I'd do a strip if it would make up for it.
You'd hear who'd be looking.
Somebody stole our van.
With all our gear in it. We loaded up after rehearsal, then went for a coffee before driving here. The van was gone when we came back.
Rory and Stuart are reporting it to the police.
Here, is that not a shame?
It's tragic. Tragic.
Got any instruments here we can knock something out on?
What do you think this is, a recording studio? I'll have to put the tuchter on again.
You again.
Well, I'd say the same to you, but you obviously belong in this rabble.
What's a fella like you doing here, then?
I'm entertaining some guests, so if you'd kindly allow me to.
No. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Bottom of what?
What happened to our gear?
I have no idea.
This is where we're supposed to be playing, but our van and all our gear's been ripped off.
Well, some people might call that a merciful relief.
And you turned up. Why? To have a gloat? Just who are you, pal?
If I told you, Sonny, you'd never believe me.
I must go, Charlie.
Oh, must you?
This man Crave.
Hello, Shona.
I know him.
Well, let's put it this way. For someone who's been out of Glasgow a long time, he seems to know an awful lot of people.
I met Blunt Instrument head-on, so to speak, first thing this morning.
Our van's been nicked with all our gear in it.
Yeah, and Big Tumsey's #1 on the suspect list.
Listen, you vagrants. While some dishonest rapper was nicking your van, Kate and I were engaged on Christian work. Prison visit.
Pull the other one, Dad.
I feel really sorry for those kids. Lost everything, no insurance.
Maybe now they'll take up proper, respectable careers.
Like you.
Like me.
What are you doing at so great?
Oh, I'm pursuing a number of avenues.
Or crescents.
What do you mean?
Avenues usually run straight.
Would you like me to turn on the telly for songs of praise?
You talk big. Why don't you loan the kids the money to start again?
Oh, you know, Dixie, I'm just a bit strapped for funds at the moment. Question of cash flow. Anyway, if I was to become a patron of the arts, it wouldn't be for a bunch of pluckers called Blunt Instrument. Their music's a crime like their monikers.
Oh, I don't know. And anyway, jokey names are in. Well, what about the Grateful Dead and the Scaffold? Millionaires.
You think that lot could make $1 million?
You never know.
500 decibels, more like.
I've told you, Charlie, the trouble with you is you're too old-fashioned, and I don't just mean in the world of pop.
Never old-fashioned. Experienced.
What? Where did you go today?
Visiting an old friend in the Nick.
What old friend?
Look, if I'm going to stay on here while I arrange a flat, don't ask too many fool questions.
I've only one other. How come you were in a rave club like The Record with your Miss Moncrief?
Who told you about that?
Two-tone Shona.
Jealous, are you?
Charlie, I just don't want to see you in bad company. For your own good.
Oh, nothing remotely bad in the company of Kate Moncrief. Remember, she's a social worker for ex-prisoners.
Working on you in a disco. Don't forget, I used to work in clubs myself. Years.
And look how you've turned out. I mean, you could be Moira Anderson having an all-electric lunch with the family, the brother and the wife, Sergeant Mrs. Shug.
Who asked after you. Not kindly, I might add.
You surprise me.
They'd both choke in their roast lamb if they knew where you were hanging your sperm right now. By the way, your name came up in connection with some lawyer called Telford who committed suicide.
What about Telfer?
Well, Hugh said they've opened a new file on him on account of discrepancies, I think he said.
Oh, there are discrepancies, all right. What species are the CID interested in?
Well, they took some of the ash from Telfer's burnt-out car and put it through some special scientific test.
With what result?
I don't know. We were eating our roast and Maisie told me to shut up. Will you dance with me? Like old times?
Are you asking?
Are you dancing?
Oh, it's great to be back in town. See me. I'm back.
Aye, by way of being a wee birthday present, you understand.
You want her to make a private disc?
With full backing, just as I give you now that I own this company.
Sure. Be a pleasure to do you and the lady a favour.
Oh, thanks, Frankie. I appreciate that. I know she will. It's been a lifelong ambition.
What's her bag?
Hmm?
Her style?
Oh, voice like a blowtorch. Oldies are our favourite.
Magic. And we'll just bring her around to the studio whenever you want.
Yeah, you never know. She might be good enough to put in the label commercially.
Why not? Pembroke's always on the lookout for new talent. Specialise in bringing it on.
Or burying it, if they don't happen to be in our book.
Tell me, who's the chick you want to record? An Alistair Bint?
That's not very funny, Frankie. I think maybe you're forgetting who's boss.
Aye, sorry, I was just curious, you know. I mean, if she has a voice.
The lady happens to be my mother. Oh, come in. Everything go all right yesterday?
Oh, no bother. We dealt with Blunt Instrument the way you asked.
Aye. You can write them a nice wee letter of condolence. Any other problems?
Yes, Aberdeen folk singer Noel Fairbairn still refusing to honour his contract.
Oh, is he? You tell him from me you better get on with it. He'll be back gutting fish.
Like that tube for Soho, wanting to do a deal.
What, Charlie Endell?
Aye. You'd give him the bum's rush, yeah?
Probably retired to a nice wee boarding house in Rothsay by now, I should think.
Not exactly Butlin's.
How do we find Sammy Bowie's bungalow?
Look for the name of the mansion. Cost a fortune. You go that way. I'll go this. Quietly.
Waggle your ears and I'll blow your head off.
Can I move my tonsils?
What do you want?
Looking for Sammy.
Sammy?
I was told I might find him here.
Who are you?
Friend of his brother, George.
Describe him.
A boxer's nose, like Sammy has.
Blunt instrument. Not very salubrious type to have in a children's dance studio.
Hugh, the children aren't here on Sunday mornings. Anyway, they're just musicians, youngsters with dreams.
What about drugs?
Look, what is this? Are you coming a copper on your own sister?
You haven't been seeing Endell again, have you?
Suppose I had.
It's just when there's any criminal activity going on around here, you'll forgive me for wondering if he's connected with it.
Well, just rid your nasty, suspicious mind of the idea. For a start, the van was only stolen from out front. And for another, it had nothing whatever to do with Charlie.
Have you been seeing him?
No!
Me and Sammy have lived here for 6 months. We were hoping to get a flat in Rutherglen.
So where do you think he is now?
I don't know, honestly. He was working in some job. We had Jimmy called Telfer and another one called Endell. But he never told me nothing about his jobs.
Wouldn't you have expected him to have been in touch?
Aye, that's what I can't understand. Unless he's been arrested.
Not in Glasgow, he hasn't.
How do you know that?
A friend of mine's a tech.
A friend?
Sort of. And all Sammy's things are here, eh?
Aye. Even his watch that he forgot the day he went out. The last day.
Cheer up.
Hey, maybe he's in hiding.
This is where he hides, you balloon. Why else do you think I'd be sitting here in a rotten wee rabbit hutch?
Well, we'll be off.
But you're a stranger. Why should you bother?
Not your fault what Sammy was mixed up in.
What was that?
Driving a crane without due care and attention.
Something's happened to Sammy, hasn't it?
Give him one of your cards, Hamish. And ring us if your boyfriend does turn up.
Aye, ring us if your boyfriend does turn up.
Or a Jimmy called Telfer.
Or a Jimmy called Telfer.
I could use a bit of brotherly love sometime instead of all these questions.
All these questions are because I'm concerned about you, Dixie.
I'm fine.
I want them.
Hi, Miss Dixon.
Oh, hello. This is my brother, Detective Sergeant Hugh Dixon.
Is it about a van and gear?
He was asking about a man I know called Charlie, whom I haven't seen in some time. Not for quite a while, in fact.
Charlie? No.
What happened to your van's not my case. That's a local division. There's one thing the CID are interested in. The fingerprints of the man that stole it, found in the wheel.
You know who it was?
Aye, but we don't know where to find him. A particularly vicious character with the name of Chisholm. They call him Peanuts because he never stops eating them. If you could help us to apprehend him, we'd give you a medal.
And get one for yourself.
Chisholm's wanted in 2 armed robbery charges from a year ago.
Well, why would he bother wrecking a van and our stuff?
I don't know, if you don't. Anyway, we thought Chisholm had left Glasgow, but apparently he hasn't. I'll be seeing you.
It's funny being kissed by one of the fuzz.
We're kith and kin.
Something else is funny as well.
What's that?
In the record yesterday, there was a headbanger with Logan at the bar, doing some fancy tricks with Peanuts.
Well, why didn't you tell my brother?
I thought he didn't want us to tell him anything.
Well, certainly not about Charlie being here. Thanks.
It was Big Charlie we came to see. We want him to help us.
Aye.
Who's this Peabroch Sounds and Frankie Leishman?
Record company and gig bookers. We've never met him, but he's pitiful.
Peabroch has a big piece of the action everywhere.
Sorry to hear about your unfortunate loss, but happy to manage you.
More like an undertaker.
As a group, we want to go alone. Some of these outfits take as much as 50%.
What, a half?
Like having to pay to work.
Oh, it's disgusting. Alistair Vint.
Who?
His name's here in the notepaper. Chairman.
You know him?
I most certainly do. You know, I think I know the baboons who've been rattling your cage. Does it not occur to you that this Peabroch Sours and this Frankie Leishman have been responsible for blunting your instruments?
As a warning.
He doesn't say so.
Well, of course he doesn't say so.
Well, if it's true, we could never prove it.
Hey,
What?
unless we knew Chisholm worked for him.
Chisholm?
Sergeant Dixon mentioned him. Fellow who drove the van left his prints, wanted for armed robbery.
And Charlie, I think I saw him yesterday in the record.
Did you?
You saw a bloke with Logan. It might not have been Chisholm.
Just the same, it's strange. We should lose our gear and the job at the same time as our headbanger was around.
Is this Sergeant Dixon keen to nail this Chisholm?
No half.
After promotion, he seemed like.
Oh, he is. I think maybe I'll assist him with his enquiries.
You helped Sergeant Shug.
Listen, Charlie. The real reason we wanted to see you is, you could do us a big favour.
Oh, if it's money, I'm afraid.
No money. We want you to ask Kate Moncrief if she can help.
She might be able to borrow a set of instruments and other gear for us.
What, Miss Mozart?
You realise that she knows me, because I was once in trouble.
Well, something of the sort did cross my mind.
Stop.
What?
Nothing.
Go on.
I got to know Miss Moncrief quite well after I left jail. She knew I wanted to be a singer, and she once told me she was friendly with Jackie McSharren.
Another wrongdoer.
Jackie McSharren's just about the biggest pop star in Scotland.
You've never heard of Jackie McSharren?
Mister, Charlie's been away. I mean, down south.
That's his own estate near Troon. Golf's his big passion. He has a complete recording studio in his castle. Masses of equipment and instruments.
No kidding.
No kidding, Charlie.
Listen, son, you'll have to give up that singing.
How?
It's doing something terrible to that voice of yours. Grand bunch of kids, especially that young Charlie.
You certainly got very switched on.
Blood instruments are very close to my heart, as you might say.
I'm so pleased to see you involved in something worthwhile at last.
It's all part of my entrepreneurial ethos.
I'm very impressed. You must tell me all about it.
Not just yet. You see, I want to get the question of the kids' instruments settled first. Do you think this pop star creature will cooperate?
Oh, Jackie's got enough musical equipment to hold his own rock festival. I'm sure I can persuade him to lend you some of it.
Well, that's good news.
Are you being followed or something?
No. Just looking for a particular customer.
Another old friend?
Not this one.
Oh dear. Is this him?
Just the house heavy.
You found Sammy?
No, I did not.
We scrubber it.
You should have warned me. Gave me both barrels.
Where do you think Sammy is then?
She thinks he may have bought it. So do I.
Are you serious?
Well, the answer may lie in the police laboratory. However, there's another bit of information that you can give me.
What so?
Oh, it's all right. She spends all her time with people with form.
What do you want to know then?
Last Sunday, there was a fellow in here with Logan.
Maybe.
Chisholm?
Maybe.
You can make a song out of that, pal.
Look, no immense words. Chisholm mentions people.
Even an orangutan like yourself.
I really think I should be going.
Oh, no. Just a minute. Just a few seconds. Just one question. Confidential. Chisholm wouldn't have been here on behalf of Pibroch Sound and Frankie Leishman, would he?
Maybe.
That could be a very catchy number. Andy, if you think of using the telephone, it's just here. Oh, I'm definitely back. Definitely. See me. I'm back.
Piano. Piano.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Piano, 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 piano.
The people on Piano Street. The people you are likely to meet. Will tell you love begins on a note that climbs deeper, yet goes deeper. That's what they say. That's a message to play on Piano Street.
That's good, don't you think?
Oh, don't ask me what gets in the hit parade. I just stick to the paperwork. There's some documents here for you to sign. I'm going to attend a meeting. That's your exclusive 22-year recording contract with Worldwide, subsidiary performance rights, television and radio work agreements, and my commission.
50%?
Oh, Charlie, I don't think you appreciate the efforts I've been making on your behalf. I mean, who got you the loan of the instruments, office premises, transport? Who's building you the great new image with my personal protection thrown in? Endell Enterprise.
All right. Where did I put my mark?
On the dotted. Can you write? Well, eh? The wagon's really set to roll a Reno.
Hey, but we've got a really big hit, eh? A chart topper, eh? Hey, well, the petrol change instead of this.
Why not, eh? Right, Hamish, time I was off ski.
Why, right.
And don't forget, always have somebody keeping their minces on the equipment. Very soon we'll be secure in our own sound studio. Ciao for now.
I don't believe it. Think I'll go bananas.
Can I make up for the school days, Shug, and buy you a real drink, a large one?
Malt.
Well, a large Glenrochnach and a St. Clements for me.
A what?
A St. Clements. Oranges and lemons in the bells of St. Clements.
A what?
An orange juice and a bitter lemon in one glass with ice.
Ah.
Still a bit behind with the plumbing up here.
Don't rubbish us, Charlie. You're a big bit of rubbish that's blown in.
Just for once, Shug, I am not offended. Magnanimous, that's me. I might be in a position to further your career instead of holding it back as you so wrongly believe.
You're not conning somebody off a Coventry Street pavement now.
How true, Hugh. Chisholm. Aye, right. How much is all that, then?
£1.50.
Right, hang about. There's £1. Vitamin T. All good things to come to those who wait. Right, keep the change.
You're continuing good health.
Oh, the air up here is doing me a power of good.
Now, well, don't let it go to your head. I was quite surprised when you phoned me. What is it?
Well, like I said, Chisholm.
What do you know about him?
A little.
I thought you were wiping your nose regularly.
Oh, I am. All the better to sniff one or two things out.
Such as?
Like where you may be able to lay that long arm in that short body of yours on Chisholm's collar.
Where?
Ah. Now that's quid pro quo, as they say in the mafia.
I know Chisholm's been around.
Misbehaving, damaging vehicles, giving off bad vibes.
So you have been seeing my sister?
Oh, Dixie and I keep in close touch.
Look, what is it, Charlie? I've got to be in court in 10 minutes.
Oh, you better have a mint imperial then, eh? Or that malt. All right. I may be able to put that vicious tyke Chisholm your way.
For a price?
Oh, I should say so.
So the famous Charlie Endell's gone out to grass, eh?
Hardly my line, Shug. But you can have Chisholm. Possibly. For the forensic report on Archibald Ronald Telfer, codename ART Alpha Romeo Tango, as on the burnt-out Mercedes.
I'll be hearing from you, Willa.
It's a deal.
You don't expect me to shake hands, do you?
Did you hear me say ice?
Worldwide what?
They want to start a third world war.
So what do we do?
I'll tell you what we do. We wait for the music.
Piano, 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 piano. The people of Piano Street, the people you are likely to meet.
Oh, I think we'd better do that section again. Didn't he sound quite right? Right. Piano Street, take 6.
Piano, piano.
They certainly
suddenly throw themselves into their work. Maybe I could choreograph.
Shh! The recording! It's a demo disc.
Do you think they might even shake the hand of Tony Blackburn?
We'll have to line a few Pams first.
Yours in particular.
Listen, I'm their new manager. I could be like Elton John and have my own football club.
A what?
Football club!
Where?
Next stop, Hamish. Hi there.
Yes?
Big Brian, please.
Who?
I should have an appointment with Mr. Brian Izzard.
Oh, hold on a minute, please.
See, this place was owned by royalty. That's beautiful. That's it, Rose.
Who's calling?
Charles Endell, Esquire. That's it, Rose.
Hello, there's a Mr. Charles Endell to speak to Mr. Izzard.
On the river up bed of Rose.
I see. Okay. Isabel says you can't see him.
Who the hell's Isabel?
Mr. Izzard's assistant. Oh, Jackie McSharn.
Oh, jeez.
Jackie. Charlie Endell.
Hi, great to meet you.
Greetings from Blunt Instrument.
Who?
The fastest rising group in Scotland.
Oh, yeah, great, great.
Thanks to you and Kate Moncrief.
Oh, Kate. Oh, great, yeah. I'll see you.
Piano, the people of Piano Street. The people you are likely to meet.
2, 3, What's all this? The tall puddle martyrs.
Never mind other outfits. What about us? 3 weeks and we haven't had a booking. No even a teenage Masonic or a gay wedding.
Look, patience, Charlie. I mean, this is what it's at. The groundwork. Led Zeppelin didn't fly in a day.
You said tomorrow the world. I've even written a lyric on that theme. So far, the world's stopped and we haven't even got off.
Look, you've got another lunchtime gig at the Record. What are you complaining about?
What else is in the pipeline?
Huh? Well, there's the Middle East tour.
What?
Aye, the Lebanon. 2 weeks in Miami. And 3 in Vegas. And a 12-week season at Douglas IOM. It's all in the pipeline like North Sea oil.
Oh, aye.
I'm sorry, there must be some mistake. Blunt Instrument is definitely not booked.
Look, I am chairman and managing director of Worldwide Music, and you are a mendacious mix-up.
You're obviously a sad case of Sunday drinking. George!
Vince's been leaning on you, eh? Like everybody else.
Yes, Mr. Boreas.
Bounce our friend out of here as discreetly as you can.
You'd lay a finger on me?
Bunch of fives. I've got my job to do, haven't I?
I'm warning you, Vint. If I find you put an embargo on Blunt Instrument, it'll be the toffee hammer on someone's knuckles.
No worries, Charlie. No trouble. Is there, Frankie?
None at all.
You know what I'm talking about. I'm taking you on at your own game. You and Frankie, old red eyes.
Now you watch it.
No, you watch it, in the charts.
Oh, come on, Charlie. You couldn't find your way into the charts with a slide rule and a compass.
Watch out for the ripples, Alistair. The tide of teenage opinion. Your biorhythms could be all to cock.
Oh!
Hey, was he choked?
Was that wise? I mean, think what he did to the group before.
Yes, but that was before he knew he had me to deal with.
But they might come around and do this place over.
I hope you're phoning security car.
No, just ringing an old school pal. Right, now you all understand what to do.
You start out in Kirkintilloch and work your way down to Rutherglen.
Far out.
Then we hit Paisley and we're into it.
Chalks away. Now, what are the golden rules?
With no connection with anybody.
Zap.
And never go to the same record shop twice.
Bonsai. Now, Hamish and Janet here have got an envelope with enough money in it for you to buy 20 singles, plus your fares, plus a Blunt Instrument t-shirt. Any questions?
Negative.
Go for it.
The people on Piano Street.
I don't believe it. It's a fiddle.
And they'll be #1 in Glasgow by the weekend.
I like it.
It's off to what I go.
I'd call this a fair cop, eh, Chisholm?
Piano. Piano. Piano, 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 piano. The people on Piano Street. The people you are likely to meet. Will tell your people wanna know that when I see that jet go over, that's what they say. Like the man on Piano.
Oh, great to drop in, Jackie.
No trouble.
You're their inspiration. They idolize you.
Yeah.
Maybe one day they'll be as rich.
Oh, they will. They will.
How soon will they be able to give Jackie back his instruments and buy their own?
Oh, very soon. They're just about round the corner. Their playing is dynamite. It must be the Jackie McSharon charisma pills.
Yeah. Can I have a word with you in private, Mr. Endell?
Oh, certainly. Is it about buying some shares in the company? As if so.
Talking my car.
Surely.
One, two.
Piano, 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 piano. The people on Piano Street.
I understand your name's Endell. Wouldn't have two L's, would it?
No, it's Endell. George Frederick Endell. But my good friends call me Charlie. Now, you can take the rest of the day off.
Where's Jackie McSharon?
What did he think?
We thought you were sensational. And guess what? He's bought the song, Piano Street. Yeah, and he's going to make a recording of it.
Shouldn't we get it into the charts ourselves first?
Well, if Jackie McSharon succeeds with it, there's no reason why you can't.
That's right.
Anyway, he's paid for it.
How much?
Well, the instruments and the rest of the gear are yours.
Shouldn't you have told him the truth?
They're fourth rate. Never make it.
That's not what I'm talking about, Charlie.
Well, trust me to take up with a bunch of non-starters. Mind you, I never had an ear for music. Like Charles Lamb, I have a chronic indisposition to harmony.
Just the same, I suppose you restored his confidence.
I was aiming to restore my bank balance.
Never mind. Your big funds will be along soon, won't they?
Dixie,
Yes, Charlie?
I don't know how to put this, darling, but... Do you think you could...
Yes?
Do you think you could see your way to giving me a temporary loan of 51 cers?
Sure.
Bless you. Oh, those kids have got it made. All that gear for nada.
That was really nice of Jackie.
I said this stuff was junk anyway.
One thing I don't understand. If Jackie McSharon says blunt instruments are no good, why does he want the song?
Well, I made that up too, for the boys' sake. He said the song was trash too.
But you did restore his pride.
Nonsense. I was protecting my reputation.
He's a nice boy, Charlie.
Aye, he is. Hey, what about that drink, eh?
Sergeant Dixon dropped round with a message for you. You want me to open it for you?
Yes. What does it say?
Just the one sentence. Unofficially, the man in the Mercedes was not Telfer.
I knew it! Oh, that two-timing, conniving, Kelvin-side crook. I'll break his skull apart, so I will.
What was that all about?
An account with a dead man. He'll be dead all right if I ever find him.
Charlie, couldn't you settle down in some nice, quiet job?
Hey, Dixie.
Yeah.
What do you know about pyramid selling?
If only you could just stop burning the gel ignite at both ends.
Titty bum bum, a titty bum bum, a titty bumperoni, a titty bum bum, a diddle laddle loader, la diddle la do, a diddle dum doodle, a diddy da